You, Soul Brother, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good day. Oof. Oof. Just running right into Bastek so I can turn in the Eco Warrior and get my scrolls, my XP scrolls. I'm hoping with the XP that I get from the Dragon Scroll, it'll be enough to get me a level on my summoner. I checked all of my other classes to see which one is closer to leveling, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get like maybe 2,000, like around 2,000 XP from the Dragon Scroll. So I checked all of the others to see which one was closer and which one might, actually get me a level, and Summoner was the one that looks like it's closest. So it should be able to get me a level from like, I keep seeing these pumpkins thing, right? And I know it's supposed to be an event going on. Because I've seen a lot of people back in right outside of Winders. I've seen a lot of people attacking these things, even though they're like max level, high level people. But I have no idea how to start the event. I know the ones inside here. These trick spirits. I know that you trade these cookies and you get a like either a headpiece, a pumpkin head, or one of the bat the bat staff. I've got those. I've done those and I've got those. So I've gotten the bat staff. I've gotten the one with the teleportation. I got two of them. I got the infinite one, but you can only use it once every 20 hours. And then I got the low quality one, which you only have 10 charges. I got the pitchfork. I've got the pumpkin head. I've got the pumpkin heads, the high quality one and the low quality one. But the one that you have to attack the pumpkin mandrake, whatever they're supposed to call it. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to start that. So yeah, that one's a bit confusing, and nobody's telling me how I'm supposed to do that one. Like, I've asked people outside of Winders and nobody answered, which honestly sucks. And there's no information online that says how to start it. They've only talked about like past Halloween events, and not this particular one, but this is a free to play server, so obviously there won't really be any stuff that you could find on like not Reddit, online about it. The only place I can think about is on Discord, and I've looked on the Discord, but I still didn't see, how to start the event. They just, announcing the event and stuff like that. Okay. Let me get this level. Dragon Scroll. I don't want to accidentally use the wrong scroll. I skip holiday events on the multiplayer private server, so I couldn't tell you. The Horizon wiki probably has info on that. Wait, yeah, I leveled up, so why didn't I see? There we go. It took a while. So yeah, I've looked online, but I didn't see any information for this 2025. I didn't see any information for those. I've only seen information for past events. So that's why I'm not sure. I'm confused. Where's war? Okay. That's why I was confused on, you know, how I'm supposed to get through those, or at least what rewards I'm supposed to get from it. Oof, oof. Damn, I ain't eaten yet, and I'm burping like crazy. Um, but let me see. Let's see if the Horizon Wiki has anything. Because I checked and it didn't show up. Okay. Yeah, post it if it's about this particular event. Um oh, yeah, let's pull this over here on this screen. Okay, let's see, Pumpkin King spawn in one of the starter zones from killing the okay. 1 hour after his previous death. It is shared between zone and not separate from him. Oh, okay, so I have to just hang out outside one of the towns, and in 1 hour or whatever time the last one died, it spawns. Okay. Upon spawning, you will see a message that Pumpkin King has appeared to defend its kin. Spam Dream Flower with a range of 30 yards. The duration seems random up to a maximum. Okay, Pumpkin's HP are reduced from last year's event. Players' attacks only deal 1 damage per hit. When you engage Pumpkin King, you will sink you to level 5. If you do not get synced into upon hitting it, you need to zone in order to apply the level. Okay. Defeating Pumpkin King, he grants a magic shard which doesn't appear in your inventory. You will still get the Magitech even if you are dead. Speak to Reward Mogul for defeating the Pumpkin King to receive your reward and 1 random color drop. You can talk to the Reward Mogul after every kill. No need to save up. That's okay. Okay. Oh, okay, so nice. Okay, and the goblin suit. Ooh, this is the thing that I just. Oh, the goblin suit is something that I've always wanted to get since I've seen people running around with it. I definitely have to go. I definitely have to go do this. Damn, I was really planning to get some levels, but yeah, I gotta go. I have to. Oh shit! I should have probably changed my. Oh, you know what? Let's stay sub black mage so that way I can use warp. Oh yes, thank you so much for the link. Thank you so much. I finally know how to get the goblin suit because I've seen so many people running around with the goblin suit and the goblin head piece, and it looks so cool, especially if you're a Taru. Um, it looks so cute. I want to get that so bad. I ever since I've seen it, since I started playing, and I've seen people running around with it. I've always wanted to get that, but I was not there for the last event, um, last year. So this year, I'm definitely getting this. It'll probably take me all day in order to do it because I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna really have to like stay there for 5 hours because I need to kill the goblin, the pumpkin king 5 times in order to get it, and then a sixth time in order to get the um nice. Okay. Okay, somebody just messaged me about the stream. Nice. Damn, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and I'll probably have to do it a sixth time in order to get the cloak that looks it's a pretty cool cloak. It's got nice color into it. It's a nice black one that I can wear with my well, I gotta learn how to do transmog glams. I gotta learn how to do that so that way I can wear that while still wearing other type of armor. I'm not sure how we're supposed to do it, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. So once I get the goblin suit, I can wear the goblin suit and still be able to actually equip, armor and gear in order to, up my stats and up my defense and stuff like that. Sky cloak gear. Oh, is it? Because on the wiki it says eerie cloak. It's called the eerie cloak. Let me pull it over here. And you can see it right there. You can't, even if I made it bigger, it won't change. Yeah, that's a cloak that I want to get, but also I want to get this goblin suit so bad. That goblin suit. So when I'm wearing a goblin suit with a goblin head, I'm gonna actually look like a goblin, which is pretty cute. And you're, oh, okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to chill here. Okay, so go to menu, go to config, macro 3. Let's see. Furniture, camera, style. Okay. Oh, do I gotta put it to static? Fix the look of your own gear. Just equip the set you want to style lock and okay, cool. Let's try it out by doing. Okay, No, it's wrong one. There we go. So let's do this. Bam. Let's try that. Config. Okay, 3 static. Okay, now let's go back and equip this. Oh wait, that didn't work. Yeah, that didn't work. It doesn't work on weapons. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so all of the stats change, but the look doesn't change. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off for now until I can actually get the ones that I want to get. Huh? There we go. Okay, normal. Disable. Nice. Thank you so much for teaching me that. That is really cool. So once I can actually get the goblin, ooh, there goes a goblin suit. We don't show the image. There goes a goblin suit that I want to get, and then do I have the goblin head? I don't know if I have the goblin head or not, but I have to try and figure out how to get the goblin head. And I'll, because I'm a Taro, and you know, having the goblin suit and the goblin head, it looks really cool because it actually makes you look like a goblin, which is so cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna be chilling here until it spawns, which honestly, it's not gonna be fun. I don't want to just stand here for 5 hours or 6 hours waiting to get all 6 points or 6 kill points or whatever it is you want to call it. Okay, hopefully Kill Dash, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. The event's gonna be around for a while, homie. You can't. Yeah, I'll probably how long exactly it's gonna last? Does it say on the wiki? Okay, I don't know if it says on the wiki, but like 2 weeks probably. Okay, so 2 weeks, and since it started on the 17th, so it should be a while. Okay, good. Because I don't want to be sticking around for 5 hours doing nothing on a stream. So hopefully, until sometime in November. Okay, so hopefully, I'll probably stick around for one goblin kill, so I can get enough to get this eerie cloak, because you need one in order to get the eerie cloak. So I'll probably stick around until I can get the one eerie cloak, and then I'll probably go back to trying to do some leveling, and when I'm not streaming, I'll just in the background while I'm watching something or read whatever I'm doing while I'm not streaming. I'll probably just sit here, wait for the Goblin King to spawn, and add up those um, out of the 5 that I will need. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Thank you so much for letting me know about that. I really appreciate it. Um, it's good. I'll probably take since I'm gonna be doing it that way. It'll probably take me a couple days in order to actually get the 5 I need to get the goblin suit. But hopefully the Pumpkin King spawns soon, so I can get at least one and get the eerie cloak, because the cloak looks really cool. I like the the fact that it looks kind of creepy and it's all tattered at the bottom, and it looks like something that you would wear in like medieval times. Especially the little I don't even know what it's called. The little threads on the chest piece with the chain. Wow, whatever this little piece is. It just looks really cool. For the red mage and for the dark knight, this will be a pretty cool chest piece to wear. For it'll probably pretty good as well for any other classes that will look like a mage type or look like a really broody kind of emo type look. Black mage might do good as well. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. No, that is the right one. What am I still? Black mage will probably look good with it as well. Not ninja. Maybe summoner, but I do love this chest piece for the summoner as well, because it looks like it's just a whole bunch of cloths or like skin, a whole bunch of skin, because they're made of skin. It just looks like a whole bunch of different skins are sewed together to create this suit piece, because you can see all of the different like colors on it, at the bottom, at the top. It just looks like they didn't have a solid piece of skin, so they had to like get a whole bunch of different type of skins from different animals and put it together, which looks really cool. I love how it looks, because people back in the medieval times and stuff like that, you would see that type of clothing style, I don't know if it's real, like if back in the day it really looked like that, if they would make clothes like that, but in like movies and TV shows and stuff like that, that's how it usually looks in it on those. And I've gotten to like them. When I was smaller, when I was younger, I thought that was like really dumb looking, but as I got older and I really thought about like how they would get their skins back then, or their cloths or whatever, because like cloth material that we have today are like really expensive, and only like nobles would actually be able to get those, like cotton and stuff like that. So they had to use whatever was laying around or whatever they can get their hands on, and it just this whole amalgamate this whole jumbled up type of skins would would have to do for them, and I think that's really cool. So hopefully this thing spawns soon. Ooh. Ugh, I gotta wash my hair today. Freaking normally my hair feels really soft and nice, but today for some reason, like the edges, the ends of it's like rubbing up against my back and making it tickle. That's why a lot of the time you see me like reaching back there to like scratch it a little bit, because it like tickling my back with the tips of my hair touch. So that means I gotta wash my hair. I gotta shampoo my hair and condition it. Because normally I wouldn't shampoo it every single time I shower it. I'll just shampoo it every couple of days. So uh, definitely means I gotta shampoo it whenever it starts to feel like that. Okie dokie. I still gotta do my AF weapon for my summoner. So I've got the little pendant right here. That I think it's a pendant. It looks like a pendant. I still got that. That I have to go and eventually fight the notorious monster. I believe it's a notorious monster. That it's gonna spawn in order to get to do that quest to get my weapon, and also I think this is black mages, the faded crystal. That's something I need for my black mage as well. Should be in window in about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, nice. So it's gonna spawn soon. Okay. Nice. That's awesome. The timing is pretty good. Wait, I gotta do those. I also have to do my dragoon. I haven't started the weapon AF for that yet, but I also have to do my dragoon one as well. I've done my white mage because my white mage is the highest one that I have so far, but because I don't have Sky unlocked yet, I can't level it up any higher than what it's already at right now, because every single party that I try to get as my white mage wants to go to Sky, and I can't go to Sky yet because I'm only at ZM6, and I gotta do that. But that's a quest that requires, because I'm a Taru, I'm gonna need 2 other Tarus plus a Galka. And people with those characters, not all of them need it at that time, or can't help at the time. So right now I am stuck on ZM6, and I gotta get all the way to ZM13 in order to actually unlock Sky, which is honestly not that great. Okay, what is this person doing? I would love to eventually get. I will eventually love to get a max level character. Well, not character, a max level class, so that way I can start skilling up. Because I need to work on my skills. My staff is only at 103, and my club is only at 118, and I want to get the club up so that I can get Hexa Strike. I think that's what it's called. Which is gonna be probably the best club skill for my white mage, because I am main in white mage. And with the staff, it's okay. I honestly, the staff at higher levels, it's been a while since I've seen like the staff at somebody using a staff at a high level with high skill or max skill skills, combat skill. But the club skill Hexa Strike, that I remember, because I remember when I played retail way back. When I played retail way back, I would always go, like, whenever I'm like solo and stuff, or I'm helping like friends with something, a lower level class person with something, I would always go White Mage Ninja, and I would always have the club equipped, the clubs equipped, and it was so much fun back then. Especially because so many more people playing back then as well. But now on this Horizon server, from what I've seen, I believe the highest amount of people I've seen on the server is maybe like 2,300, 2,400. Like, I don't think I've seen any higher than 2,500. I've seen below 2,500, and I've seen higher than 1,000. But I've never seen anything lower than 1,000. I've never seen anything higher than 2,500. So there are people. It's just not as much as retail way back years ago. And can't wait to have a max level. Can't wait to unlock Sky. Go see Sky again for the first time. Especially I once I can actually, because I'm trying to do the story in order, like the missions. I'm trying to do the missions in order of when they come. A saving grace is that the server is usually always at 2K, which is nice. It's not a super violet. Not sure if that's the right word, but yeah. Because when I came on earlier today, there was 2,100 people. I think it was 2,100 people when I logged on today. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that word used for unstable before until now. But I guess that's more of like a more educated word. Okay, so it's gonna spawn at any minute. Let me get that first one, and I'll head out and try and see if I can level up my monk. Because I'm trying to level up monk to, as high as I can get it. Because I can't do sky hits. Because I've mainly been doing a lot of go back to okay. I've mainly been doing a lot of magic. I've gotten I've got my dragoon as well up there. I'm enjoying thief, but the thing is, because when you're doing like 2 to 3 hours of doing nothing but pulling, it tends to get I tend to get bored of pulling a lot. I know it's part of the resume once you play as a thief, but yeah, after a couple hours, I tend to get bored of pulling, and I usually always want to check out afterwards. But I'm enjoying thief, especially when you're using Sata. I love the fact that you can flee. No other class have that, so even though it's called flee, I like to call it sprint. That I'm enjoying. Ranger, it's okay. I also like Ranger, but the fact that weapon skills miss so much. That's the only thing that gets me. Like, I'm always missing my weapon skill shots. I wish I could hit more whenever I use the weapon skills. Like, I have no problem just regular hitting. But when it comes to weapon skills, I miss, like, I want to say 50-50, but it feels more like 40-60. But yeah, I'm liking Ranger a little bit. but except for the weapon skill, you know, missing so much. That's the only annoying part about it. Ninja is so expensive to level. Oh my gosh. You gotta buy the shadow skill totems, and then you gotta buy the elemental skill totems if you want to actually keep hate on you, because you're gonna have to cast those a lot, and it just gets so expensive. A lot of people said that how leveling up ranger is more expensive than leveling up ninja, but honestly, I got it to level 40, and I feel like I've spent less on ranger than I did on ninja. But it's probably because I only use acid bolts and holy bolts. So that's why I feel like it's, you know, probably that's why it's cheaper. And of course, sometimes I would use well, not sometimes, I also have to buy shadows as well. The totems for the shadow skill, because, you know, sub ninja. But yeah, I feel like it's cheaper than actual ninja, because you use the shadow skills way more as ninja, and then you have to use the elemental ninjutsu skills so that way you can keep hate. And although the couple spells for ninja that I do have, they were cheap. Buying them were cheap, because, you know, it was like maybe 4,000, 3,000, 5,000, somewhere around those ranges. But the totems that you need for those can get expensive, because you have to like cast them a lot, and it adds up. But yeah, it's I like a lot of these playstyle, because back when I played retail, I never, aside from getting ninja to like 37, and that took me a long time in order to get to 37. Like, it took me, when I was leveling my I was also a white mage main back then. When I was leveling it up, white mage back then, it took me, I want to say, maybe a year in order to hit 75. It took me about a year to hit 75, because, you know, a lot of times I had to go and I had to farm up stuff, you know, to make gills, so that that way I can buy spells for the white mage. And it took me a year, and for just to get to 75 with ninja back then, it was way more expensive. No, not expensive. It took me way longer. It took me way longer to get to just to 37, because, you know, again, I had to go and farm a lot of stuff, you know, to get the guild needed. Oh, that is cool, that shirt. You know, to get, you know, the guild together, so I can buy all of the totems I needed, you know, to level up. And back then, the totems needed for the shadow skill was way more expensive than what it is on this server. And a lot of the armor as well that I have were way more expensive back in retail. Like this shirt that I got for my summoner, I think I'd pay like at most maybe like 20 or 30,000. I can't remember off the top of my head. You know, that it was pretty cheap. I find it was pretty cheap. But back in retail, this shit was going for like, I think it was like it was over $1 million back in retail. It was so expensive back then, and it was something I would never be able to afford. The Leapin' boots that you get from Leapin' Lizzie, that shit was so expensive on retail as well. It was millions. But here on Horizon, I think it's like 400,000, 500,000, somewhere around there. Less, you know, 500,000. But back in retail, it was a couple million. It was crazy. Like retail's prices was so nuts. Okay, they said it's supposed to spawn. It's supposed to spawn now. So where is it? Why no spawn? Okay, let me set up. Where are you at? There you are. Okay. So use one of these magic spells in order to hit the Pumpkin King, so that way it can sync me to level 5, and then I can summon one of my summons and then attack it. So come on, baby, spawn for me. Spawn for me. Yeah, once it spawns, then I can go back to try and level up my monk. I'm trying to get, because on my monk, because even though I'm level 40 on monk, even though I'm level 40 on my monk, my weapons, my combat skill, it's only like 111, I believe, 111. And I'm trying to I really want to get it to 125, so that way I can unlock Raging Fist. I think it's called Raging Fist, but the 5-fold attack skill, it looks so cool. I think that skill looks so cool. Yeah, I wanna unlock that so bad, but because when I was leveling up, I was, every party that I've been to sinking down to like level 30, level 33. The highest, well, every time they get up to like level 35 or 36, the party disbands because the XP drops, and we've been doing it for like a couple hours. But yeah, a lot of the time they were just low level parties sinks, so I couldn't get my weapon skill up. I was unable to get my weapon skill up. Okay, here we go. What is a Pumpkin King? Wait, why can't I not move? Why can't I move? What's going on here? Why can I not move? Oh, I'm asleep. Ugh, I'm like, why the hell? Ugh. Whose carbuncle is this? Is this my carbuncle? No, I don't have my carbuncle out yet, so it's not mine. And it... Oh, come on, really? I just woke... Oh my gosh. I just woke up, and it put me to sleep again. It's gonna suck if I wake up and it puts you back to sleep again. There we go. Let's move back a bit. Okay, good. Now let's summon Kirby. Oh my god, put me to sleep again. Okay, this is gonna take a while. Okay, as soon as aware of. Okay, summon. Okay, assault. Go, go. Ugh, damn it, I'm asleep again. Oh my gosh, this sucks so bad. It puts you asleep, you only wake up enough to do a couple hits or couple seconds, and it puts you back to sleep, which sucks. Go, 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 go! Oh, you... Come on, why aren't you attacking? What? Kirby, why are you not attacking? You freaking... Okay, because I wasn't even targeted. I was. That's why I'm so dumb. Where's the pumpkin king? There we go. I'm gonna run out of MP before I can actually. Wait, what happened to my Kirby? What happened to my Kirby? Did my Kirby get beaten? Oh my gosh, my Kirby got beaten. Alright, you know what? That's not gonna work, so let's just stone him. Okay. This sucks. I honestly did not think this fight was gonna be so.
Of course. Who do you think your brother White is? Mike June posted uneventfully, reminiscing about the past. Young Master Tang didn't care. He knew nothing of Wang Jun's past posts. All he knew was that last year, this guy had put tens of millions worth of rough jade. Finally, after much haggling, the jade was extracted from the Gamble Stone. It was larger than the first piece, with similar water quality and green hue. Wang Jun clutched the jade with delight, presenting it to the four appraisers like a precious treasure for valuation.
Damn, it keeps... Okay. They were a pain in the butt. I didn't know it was going to be such a pain in the butt. Okay, I didn't get put to sleep because I was already asleep. Oh my gosh. Okay, doing this 5 more times, it's gonna be such a pain. But like I said, I'll do that when I'm not streaming, so that way I'll be able to just sit here and just wait for it to spawn.
The Jade Knight was ultimately appraised at 11 million yuan. This brought young Master Tang's jade value to 41.5 million yuan, while his sure remained at 16 million. However, the glass-like Jade Knight had yet to be fully revealed. It was believed that once it emerged, its price would undoubtedly be astronomical. Wang Jun gazed at the small pile of jadeite rough on the ground, his eyes sparkling. At this moment, however, young Master Tang seemed somewhat disinterested, knowing full well that not a single trace of jadeite remained within. Young Master Wang, brimming with hope, selected a few more stones. After exerting tremendous effort, his reward was merely a pile of broken shards. At that moment, Yeshua's second jadeite stone was finally fully revealed. This piece was substantial, oval-shaped, with 4/5 being high ice-quality pale green material and the remaining fifth being glass-quality pale green. How much could glass like jadeite possibly be worth? Chapter 61, a bet where failure is not an option. Yeshua carefully cradled the glass like jadeite onto the platform. The poor noobs pounced on it like starving wolves upon meat. Glass like jadeite noobs without connections might never see it more than a few times in their lives. And this was merely pale green if it were imperial green. After thorough examination, the poor appraisers valued the jadeite at 40 million yuan. Though the glass-like portion constituted only 1/5 of the piece, it alone was appraised at 20 million yuan. The high ice-quality pale green section was also valued at 20 million yuan. Combined with the first piece as 16 million yuan, the total reached 56 million yuan. 41.5 million versus 56 million. The combined
Oh my gosh, I didn't even get to freaking do my spell.
Wang Jun the glass like jadeite within me, muttering under his breath, and that whole geezer got lucky. He actually cut out glass like jadeite. Otherwise, he'd never have told he really has an eye for this stuff. That stone sat on my stall for ages. Lots of dealers checked it out, but thought it was too pricey. I bought it for 8 million, and now it's estimated at 40 million. If we turn it into jewelry and sell it, we'd probably make a hefty profit on top of that. A middle-aged man said enviously. Tang Dashi recognized this man, one of the 8 jade stall owners. Clearly, the stone that yielded the glass like jadeite had been purchased from him. Just luck, he replied modestly, though the smugness on his face
Okay, he's almost dead. Finally.
With both gamblers down to their final pieces, young Master Tang chuckled. Just one more to go. Let's get this over with. I've wasted my entire afternoon here. Alright. By this point, Yeshua had lost his initial confidence.
What did it say?
Young Master
You
Tang
have
had
claimed the
consecutively
spirit of the
collected
Pumpkin
2 stones
King
with substantial
for now.
increases in value,
Amongst the
both
remains
major
of the
ones. This third
now
stone had
silent
once been the top
beast,
bet in Pingzhou.
you
The
see
claimant
a
contained
flicker of light.
absolutely no
The
jadeite.
Pumpkin
He
King.
himself wouldn't
Okay.
believe it. He could
Upon
only hope
closer
the jadeite
examination
inside
appears to be a
wasn't too
fragment.
bright
Okay.
green otherwise. Yeshua was about to gamble without orders.
Perhaps
The
the
decision he made
mogul
on his
will
own.
know what to do with
Winning
it.
would be straightforward given the general manager's character and his high regard for Yeshua. He wouldn't be shortchanged. But if he lost, the over 10 million yuan spent on purchasing the jadeite blocks plus 30 million in cash, such as
Nice,
beyond Yeshua's
nice.
means to cover. Though his role as a jade consultant brought a 6-figure annual salary plus profit sharing from successful bets, how many years had passed since China's reform and opening up? How many years since the economic recovery? Had he stayed at Tian Fengxiang for a decade, he might have been able to cover the losses. But he didn't have that kind of time. At best, he had a little over
So
a
where did you
million.
find this?
Yeshua certainly possessed skill in jade gambling. Setting aside other factors, the ice-quality jade unearthed from the first stone alone would have covered his initial investment. Not to mention the glass-quality jade found in the second stone and the third stone still waiting to be cut. Of course, if Yeshua lost, young Master Tang wouldn't be so kind as to sympathize with him. He might even while he's down. The final stone Tang
Okay,
Dashi
here we go.
selected proved formidable, far too heavy.
I
After
obtained
laboriously
it.
securing its position, he began cutting. This time, unlike
Beautiful.
the previous things, the flawless blood jade lay precisely in the center. A single
Beautiful.
rectus cut
Oh, I
would
can
result
wear a
in
headpiece
losses
with it.
fair enough to make Tang Dashi weep. Top-grade blood jadeite and
Nice.
green jadeite were
That
of the
is
same value.
awesome.
Even a ring-
Finally got it. I just gotta do it 5 more times, but I'll do that later. So for now, let's go change my class back to monk and try and see if we can get a party. Oh right, let's teleport back to win Juno. Okay, I gotta re-equip all of this stuff. Oh, son of a gun. Alright, okay, so I put that in the regular storage. Okay, so the one ring that's not equipped, that's in the regular storage. So I actually have to be inside of my Moog home in order to actually use that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to wait. I'll probably do it a little bit later. When I'm not streaming. I'll probably stream for maybe another hour and a half, 2 hours. And while the stream isn't running, while I'm not streaming, then I'll probably let it run. Let the game still run while I watch stuff or read something, and then keep an eye out to see when anything spawns. Like when it respawns, I can kill it a few times, and I've got to keep a note because they don't tell you. They don't tell you outright, like how many you have. So I'm gonna have to keep track of it by actually marking it down. Okay, do I have a pen? Yeah, I got a pen. I got my poop pen. So little pen with the poop emoji, and if you press it down, it makes a little fart noise. That's funny. Okay, so let's pumpkin king kill count. Okay, so I can keep track of the Pumpkin King's kill count with this thingy. Okay, so I'll put that aside for now. Ooh. Moog. Okay, is there any space in here? No space. Okay, no space. That's okay. It's fine. Oh, I forgot. Bam. No, not that one. This one. Where you at? I love the fact that they have a specific wardrobe for all of the event stuff, so you can keep all your event stuff in one particular one, and you don't have to like do quests or anything like that to unlock more room. And it's 80. It has 80, which is good, which is really, really handy and useful. I love it. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's seek party. Let's hopefully I get a party. Do I have enough? I've got 9. That should be enough. That should be enough food for another party run. Cause I'll probably only use maybe 4, maybe 5 at most. So it should be enough. And on top of that, I got the Wanderer's Tale scroll. That way I can get a huge XP boost, but I'll probably save that for later on in the week. I probably won't use it now today because we just got it today. Just did my thing today. I recharged my XP ring as well today, so I'll probably save it for sometime later on in the week. Not right now. Do I have a warp scroll? I do not have a warp scroll. Hello, sir. Would like a warp scroll, please? Oh, no, wrong one. Thank you very much. Okay. So, I don't know how long it's gonna take to get a party, so I'm gonna listen to a novel on my phone. So for now, until somebody send a message or anything like that, I'll probably mute my mic for now. So yeah, if any messages show up, I will unmute the mic and talk. But for now, I'm just gonna have the mic mute for a bit while I listen to this novel because I don't want it to have echoing sound and stuff like that because while listening to my phone, the mic's gonna pick it up and then it's gonna loop back, echoing and making that weird whistling staticky sound. So yeah. Okay, I feel like I have to step away for 10 minutes. I feel like I need to use a bathroom. So I'll probably head over here to Port Juno. Just in case there's any what do you call it? Highway flights. That I can get that highway XP. But yeah, I think I'm gonna step away for 10 minutes. Okay, let me unseek just in case anybody um try to invite for a party, because I don't like it when people are seeking for party and you ask people, hey, want a party, and then they don't answer because they're away from keyboard. I don't like that, so I don't want to do that for other people, because I am going to be away for about 10 minutes. But so I'm gonna unseek, and I'll step away for a little bit because I think I need to poop. I feel like I need to poop. uh, get my headphones ready. Okay, so I will be right back. um Sorry for anybody watching the stream right now. Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Oh, that was a hot poop. Oy, oy, oy. I'm back. Sorry. Also, while I was at it, I went and got some I guess they're like muffins. I'm not sure. With raisins on it. Raisin muffins. Okay, let's see if we can get a party.
Wang Jun was suddenly stunned by this thought. Young Master Tang smiled warmly at Wang Jun's huge chunk on the ground. Almost all of it is jade inside. Only a thin layer of stone skin remains on the surface. Yeah, polish it. Start polishing. The threads just appeared. Young Master Tang nodded. You mean? Wang Jun exchanged a knowing glance with young Master Tang. I have a feeling it's quite substantial. Young Master Tang chuckled. Alright, let's polish it. Wang Jun declared decisively. The bald boss overheard their conversation and stared blankly at the jade boulder. As a jade trader, he understood their exchange perfectly. Could it be entirely jade? Good heavens, how big could it be? How much could it be worth? 100 million? 200 million? The bald boss felt dizzy and disoriented. A jade boulder worth hundreds of millions had just been sold off for a pittance? After securing the stone again, young Master Tang began polishing it meticulously. Wang Jun watched intently, bucket in hand, ready to splash water on the surface at any moment. Other jade experts nearby watched as young Master Tang began polishing. Their expressions turned grim, yet they couldn't help but laugh at the delusion of young Master Tang and Wang Jun. How could such a massive stone possibly be entirely jade? Amid the roar of the cutting gears, the true form of young Master Tang's stone gradually revealed itself. The blood-red surface expanded bit by bit, eventually covering the entire stone. By this point, Yeshua had nearly finished cutting his own stone. Most of the jade inside was now visible, covered only by a thin layer of crystal mist. What remained was meticulous craftsmanship. This piece of jade was roughly the same size as the second one Tang Deshao had cut, and it was ultimately appraised at 15 million. However, Yeshua knew this appraisal had become utterly meaningless as young Master Tang's third jadeite stone gradually revealed its true form. Never mind a difference of less than 30 million, even a gap of 300 million would likely be erased by this jadeite. It was simply too large. Be careful. The water here seems different, exceptionally pure. It might already possess the quality of blood jade, Wang Jun cautioned, continuously pouring water over the surface. Young Master Tang nodded solemnly. Facing blood jade, he dared not be the slightest bit careless, though every minute change in this jadeite was etched in his mind. Han the Fat and Boss Wang, standing nearby, leaned in upon hearing this. Blood jade? It really is blood jade. Han Fatty exclaimed excitedly. Good heavens, we've actually uncovered blood jade jadeite? Never imagined I'd witness such a supreme piece emerge, Boss Wang exclaimed. It was the first time he'd ever witnessed the emergence of such a top-tier jadeite comparable to glass like Imperial Green. A top-grade blood jade, just how much could it possibly be worth? Chapter 63, A New War is Born. Gentlemen, keep your heads clear of the gears. One slip and you'll be in serious trouble. Tang Dashi couldn't warn the two excited men standing too close to the cutting machinery. This machine doesn't care if you're human or a jade stone, it'll slice through anything. At some point, a middle-aged man in a sharp suit, radiating a fierce aura, quietly arrived at the jade cutting site. He first glanced at the pile of raw jadeite stones, a flash of greed crossing his eyes, then fixed his gaze with even greater intensity on the exquisite red jade being cut open. Due to the stone's immense size, many areas required meticulous polishing, making the process time consuming. Yet not a single onlooker was willing to leave. Everyone waited for the final outcome. An hour passed before the exquisite red jade finally revealed its true form. Under the fluorescent lights, its massive size shimmered with a vivid fiery red. Young Master Tang and Wang Jun were nearly too exhausted to stand straight, having worked bent over throughout the entire process. Zhang Yating held 2 bottles of water. She tossed one to Wang Jun, who immediately unscrewed the cap and gulped it down in one go, completely disregarding his appearance. He handed the other bottle to young Master Tang, who followed suit, chugging it down. Zhang Yating stood on tiptoe, using her handkerchief to wipe Tang Gasha's face. Wang Jun watched from the side, filled with envy. Why doesn't anyone treat me this tenderly? Yang Hao, Han the Fat, Boss Wang, and Boss Li all stared intently at the captivating crimson on the ground, murmuring appreciatively. The blood jade and jadeite sections particularly drew most of their attention. Gentlemen, give us an estimate. Wang Jun, unable to stand the sticky affection between Zhang Yating and young Master Tang, couldn't help but curl his lips. Mr. Wang, this is hard to price. It's simply too large a priceless treasure. Han Fat shook his head after hearing this. Such a massive piece of red jade, mostly high-grade ice jade, with some ice jade at the edges and corners, and the rest being top-tier blood jade. You possibly put a price on it. Wang Jun froze at the remark. Even priceless treasures must have a price. This concerns the wager. If you won't appraise it, how can we determine the winner? Truth be told, whether they appraised it or not, Tai and Fengxiang had already lost. It was as plain as day. No need for an appraisal. Tai and Fengxiang concedes defeat. A deep, resonant voice echoed throughout the venue. Yishua's face paled instantly. He lifted his head abruptly, staring intently toward the source of the voice. A lean, middle-aged man stood there, radiating an overwhelming aura of power. His icy gaze fixed on Yishua. Young Master Tang snapped out of his daze and turned to look as well. Who was this person with such audacity? Yishua hadn't even spoken yet, and he was already conceding defeat? Wang Jun turned his head and fixed his gaze on the figure. His tone dripped with sarcasm. I wonder who it could be. Ah, it's Mr. Chiu, the CEO of Tai and Fengxiang. No wonder he can speak for Yishua. That man was indeed Qiu Qi, the CEO of Tai and Fengxiang. Hey, Mr. Wang, we concede this wager. All the jadeite solved is yours. I'll write you a check for 30 million immediately. How about it? Qiu Qi remained unruffled, speaking with a pleasant demeanor. Oof. Not for me, for my brother. He won this bet. Wang Jun snorted coldly. Qiu Qi glanced at young Master Tang, his eyes flickering with a strange expression when he saw Zhang Yating. Tang Fei, Mr. Tang, correct? Tai and Fengxiang concedes defeat in this wager. I can issue you a check for 30 million in cash immediately. Tend to handle these jadeite roughs. Frankly, since you're not in the jewelry business, these jadeite roughs will eventually need selling. Why not sell them to me? They've already been appraised by 4 jewelry experts. I'll offer a 10% premium. As for that red jadeite, I'll pay 400 million. What do you say? Mr. Chiu proposed. A 10% premium? That's no small sum, especially for that top-grade red jade valued at 400 million. Upon hearing Qiu Qi's offer, the bald boss's legs began to tremble. What started as a partnership to buy promising jade rough that could skyrocket in value ended with him selling a share for 10 million. Not only did it fail to rise, but the group collectively lost tens of millions. Excluding the top-grade red jadeite, the 4 pieces of clear jade cut by young Master Tang totaled 41.5 million yuan in value. The jadeite cut by Yishua totaled 71 million yuan. Combined, that was 112.5 million yuan. At a 10% premium, and it came to 123.75 million yuan. 123.5 million yuan plus the 30 million yuan wager totals 153.75 million yuan. Most crucially, that red jadeite fetched 400 million, a full 100 million more than young Master Tang's initial appraisal. The grand total 553.5 million. Even Wang Jun was stunned after crunching the numbers. Over 500 million? Qiu Qi had already sent people to investigate young Master Tang's background before coming over. His family ran a small factory that had recently faced trouble. Qiu Qi couldn't believe young Master Tang would remain unmoved by the temptation of over 550 million. Those around him gazed at Tangashi with envious eyes. A single nod from him would instantly make him a billionaire. Of course, Qiu Qi wouldn't make a losing deal. The 4 had previously appraised the jadeite rough at a conservative level. Even with a 10% markup, he'd still profit handsomely. He couldn't find such a large quantity of top-grade jadeite elsewhere, especially that exceptional red jadeite perfect for creating an entire product line. The blood jade could even serve as the store's prized treasure. Most top-grade jadeite, unless mined directly, had to be acquired through auctions for raw material just like the 3 pieces Tang had previously purchased. If Qiu Qi had bought this much raw jadeite through auctions, the cost would have been significantly higher. Of course, the profit would come from the consumer once turned into jewelry. The prices would naturally be marked up considerably. Yeah, you want this jade? Tang Dishao chuckled. What conditions must be met to acquire these jades? Qiu Qi inquired. Most of these are top-grade jadeite. Only Only one is golden thread variety, the rest are at least ice type, with glass type jadeite also present. Acquiring all of them would guarantee Tian Fengxiang a steady supply of high-end jadeite for at least 2 years. These days, money often can't buy everything. Ice type jadeite is already an extremely high-end luxury item. Even displayed without sale, it attracts crowds and could draw in countless potential customers. More importantly, it could be used to counter Zhang's jewelry, which is about to enter the mainland market. If this batch of supreme jade fell into others' hands, they too could use it to counter Tian Fengxiang. Especially the blood-red jade, it held an irresistible allure for the ultra-wealthy. Therefore, Xiao Qi was determined to secure this collection at all costs. A flicker of conflict crossed Zhang Yuting's eyes. Truthfully, with Zhang's jewelry about to enter the mainland market, Tian Fengxiang acquiring such a large quantity of top-grade jade would be extremely detrimental to their business. But what right did she have to make decisions for him now? Tang Dafi seemed to sense Zhang Yuting's thoughts. He glanced back at her reassuringly, then turned to Xiao Qi, who was smiling. You can have my jadeite, he said, but I won't sell it. You can gamble for it. Bet? Another bet? Damn it, could you be any more unfair? How much have you won today? Yishua's jadeite bets and cash wagers had already surpassed 100 million yuan. With so many people around him betting and losing, the total losses probably added up to another 100 million. Damn it, you've already won 200 million and still aren't satisfied? And you've cut out so many top-grade jades yourself, just that piece of premium red jade lying on the ground is worth 400 million. Wang Jun's face darkened at this. Had that one game of 3-card poker at the black market last time really hooked him on gambling? Why does he have to gamble on everything? Can't he just be normal? Xiao Qi froze upon hearing this. This guy's gambling instincts were too strong. Did he just want to gamble with everyone he met? Another bet? Looks like Mr. Tang wants to bankrupt my Tian Fengxiang. Xiao Qi, being a seasoned tycoon, snapped out of his daze and quickly regained his composure. Boss Joe, you're joking. Your Tian Fengxiang is a huge enterprise. How could we possibly bankrupt you? To be honest, I didn't start this bet. As he spoke, a fist-sized piece of rough jade suddenly appeared in young Master Tang's hand. It was the root of all this. What do you mean? Xiao Qi narrowed his eyes. I spotted this jadeite at Mr. Yang's stall. It gave me a good feeling. I'd already bought another piece, and Mr. Yang offered to throw the small one in as a freebie. But I insisted on paying for it, joking that if I happened to cut an imperial green glass like jadeite from it, and he tried to take it back, wouldn't he be the one losing big? This had nothing to do with your Tian Fengxiang firm originally. But then consultant, he suddenly accused me out of nowhere, saying I didn't know the rules and was overstepping my bounds. That's how this gamble came about. Young Master Tang looked at the jade in his hand and said calmly. Yishua's face drained of color upon hearing this, his entire being seeming to lose its vitality. He appeared instantly aged by several years. The crowd present knew only that Yishua represented Tian Fengxiang in the wager against Jing's jewelry, unaware of the root cause. Now they learned it all stemmed from Yishua's arrogance. So it was this old bastard stirring trouble. He cost me 3 million. A hot-tempered man in the crowd erupted in anger upon hearing this. You only bet 3 million? I bet ING 10 million. 10 million just vanished. Rich guy, I bet less than you 8,800,000. Thought that lucky number would bring me some winnings, but ended up losing my pants. That old bastard. Don't let me catch him again, or he'll regret it. I bet 5 million. Damn it, Tian Fengxiang really sucks. I'm never going back. Sweat. Well, at least I'm not loaded. I only put down 1 million to show some spirit. Sigh. But Tian Fengxiang really is a rip-off. I'm never going back either. Chapter 64, The Bald Boss's Regret. As Tang Dafi revealed the gambling incident, Yishua instantly became the target of public outrage, dragging Tian Fengxiang into the mess with him. Xiao Qi heard the surrounding shouts and curses, his face instantly turning cold. His icy gaze swept over Yishua, who felt as if he were standing in an ice cellar, his whole body shivering. Mr. Tang, what do you want? Xiao Qi demanded coldly. Listen to these people here. You lost 3 million, he lost 5 million, and the highest was over 10 million. The fact that they can afford to lose such sums speaks volumes about their immense wealth. In the luxury goods business, especially jewelry, their major clients are all wealthy individuals. The people here are essentially Tian Fengxiang's top clients. If they all refuse to patronize Tian Fengxiang, the ripple effect could cause a sharp drop in sales across all Tian Fengxiang stores in Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai. Under these circumstances, it's no wonder Xiao Qi wouldn't give Yishua or young Master Tang a friendly look. Yeah, it's simple. This whole mess started because of this jade stone, so it should end because of it too. Young Master Tang said with a smile. Xiao Qi shot a cold glance at the jade stone in young Master Tang's hand. So, how do we bet? Yeah, simple. When I bet against Yishua, I propose 2 methods. One was to bet on the internal quality of a single stone, whoever guessed right won. The other was the method we just played. Each of us selects 3 jadeite stones, and whoever cuts the most valuable one wins. Since we've already tried that method, we'll use the first one guessing the internal quality of a single stone. Tang Dashi paid no heed to Zhou Qi's icy stare as he announced the terms of the wager. What's the stake? Zhou Qi frowned and asked. Based on what he knew, Tang Dashi would never gamble without stakes. The stakes are simple, Tang Dashi said. If you win, I'll sell you half of these jades at cost no premium. And if I lose? Zhou Qi pressed. Losing is easy enough. I won't make things hard for you. Just let me pick one jadeite from that pile. I just want to vent my frustration, Tang Dashao said, his eyes red. If there were Oscars handed out right now, young Master Tang would surely win Best Actor. He clearly coveted that Ningguang jadeite, yet insisted it was just about venting. And his performance had fooled everyone. The reason Tang chose half instead of betting everything to tempt Xiuqi was mainly because of Zheng Yating. After all, the outcome of Jadestone gambling was entirely unpredictable. If he bet everything, even if he won, Zheng Yating might harbor doubts. Betting half was perfect, it would make her think the other half was reserved for her. Moreover, selling half the jade at premium price, even excluding the top-grade red jade, would net him 6 or 7 million, more than enough to gamble on 1.5 pieces of rough jade. Xiuqi carefully considered the proposal and said, all right, let's do it. After all, tens of millions had already been lost. Losing another jadeite stone wouldn't matter much. If they won, though they'd only get half the jade, it was better than nothing. At the very least, just half of that top-grade red jadeite on the ground could be turned into jewelry, allowing him to recoup all his losses from this gamble. Choose the stone in my hand. To prevent copying, we'll each write down the stone's internal characteristics on paper, fold it, place it on this table, and then begin cutting. After cutting, the judges will open the notes and announce the results to ensure fairness, Tang Dashi said. Agreed. You call the shots, Zhou Qi nodded. All right. I've already inspected this jade stone. It's here for you to see. We'll start cutting in 5 minutes, Tang Dashi said calmly, placing the stone on the table. Zhou Qi motioned for Yishua to come over and examine it. There was no other option, though Zhou Qi understood jade gambling. He still fell short compared to someone like Yishua, who made his living from it. Even though Yishua had caused a major disaster, costing the company over 100 million yuan, Zhou Qi had included the value of the jade Yishua had cut. When it came down to it, they still had to rely on him. How about it? Bro, you got this? Wang Jun whispered from the side. Hard to say. But we won't lose out either way. The jadeite still has to be sold. I just can't swallow this humiliation, Tang Dashi replied. Zheng Yating gazed tenderly at Tang Dashi. She knew the remaining half was undoubtedly reserved for her. High-grade jadeite of ice-type quality or above was a strategic resource. The more, the better for any jewelry company. No one ever complained about having too much top-tier jadeite. If this badge could be successfully acquired by Zheng's jewelry, her standing within the family would likely rise to a new level. Lao Yi, if we win this bet, we'll wipe the slate clean on your previous unauthorized actions. You'll remain our senior jadeite consultant at Tian Fengxiang, Zhou Qi said coldly. Yishua shivered. He knew Zhou Qi hadn't finished her threat. If this bet failed again, he feared his fate would be. If this were the Yishua of just a few hours ago, he would have confidently pounded his chest and guaranteed completion of the task to his superiors. But after a series of setbacks, Yishua had shed his former arrogance. He merely nodded to Zhou Qi before scrutinizing the jade stone. The fist-sized jadeite nugget was jet black, its surface marked with striped patterns, likely material from the Wuxia Old Mine. The Wuxia Old Mine had a long history, mined since the Qing dynasty, its veins exhausted by the early years of the People's Republic. Any surviving Wuxia Old Mine jade must have been preserved over a very long time. Who knew where Yang Hao had sourced this piece from? Generally, Old Mine jade had a higher chance of yielding top-grade pieces. Since Wuxia Old Mine had ceased production long ago, Yishua had seen only a handful of such stones. Facing this raw jade, he felt somewhat at a loss, relying only on his past experience with other Old Mine jade to make judgments. Yishua picked up the jadeite rough, and an odd sensation washed over him. Excitement? Yes, excitement. His eyes lit up. He'd felt this sensation not long ago, when handling that piece of jadeite that had yielded glass-like quality. Could it be? Could this also contain glass-like jadeite? The thought suddenly flashed through Yishua's mind. 5 minutes later, both men had finished documenting the interior of their jadeite rough stones. They folded their reports and placed them side by side on the table. Young Master Tang picked up the fist-sized jadeite and tossed it to Wang Jun. Brother Wang, I'll leave it to you. You saw what I wrote earlier. Whether we win or lose depends on your skill now. Wang Jun caught the stone and smiled bitterly. You always have to stir things up. Can you really cut that thing out of this? The others listened with curiosity. What exactly was that thing? Who knows? We'll only find out once it's cut open. Who the hell knows what's hidden inside? Maybe it's completely empty. Anyway, it's all up to you now. If you win, it's mine. If you lose, you pay up. Tang Xiao spread his hands, replying with a roguish grin. Damn it, who wouldn't want a deal like that? Someone else covers the losses, and the winnings are all yours? Seriously, he actually had the nerve to say that. Wang Jun knew Tangdashi was just joking to lighten the mood. He laughed and scolded, "Get lost. You've won so much today, and now you want to squeeze money out of me? You're such a cheapskate." Tang Dashao chuckled dryly, saying nothing. The grinding sound of the stone began again, and everyone watched the fist-sized jade stone with bated breath. Wang Jun and Xiao Xian, the bald boss, slowly regained his composure. What's yours is yours, no one can take it away. What's not yours is not yours, you can't force it. Stop! The bald boss suddenly shouted excitedly. Wang Jun had been operating with extreme caution. Hearing the word stop, he halted abruptly. The bald boss picked up the jade, rinsed it in the water bucket, then held it up for all to see. A deep green hue shone through the stone skin, intensified by the light. Glass-like jadeite. Absolutely glass-like jadeite, the bald boss exclaimed excitedly. Glass-like jade? Glass-like jade again? The crowd was momentarily stunned. Wasn't top-grade jadeite extremely rare? How could it appear one after another today? First, he cut open a piece of glass like jadeite with a pale green hue. Then, Tang Dashi and Wang Jun cut open blood-red jadeite. Now, glass-like jadeite again? When had such premium jadeite become so commonplace? Tang Dashi and Wang Jun exchanged a knowing glance, their eyes brimming with amusement. Zheng Yuting also shot Tang Dashi a sharp look. Having inspected the jadeite beforehand, Tang Dashi couldn't possibly have misidentified it. Yishua and Xiuqi exchanged glances, their eyes also brimming with amusement. Yishua trusted his instincts and had persuaded Xiuqi to write glass-like as well. Keep polishing, Wang Jun said excitedly. This was the first glass-type jadeite born under his hands. Because the jadeite stone was small and the jade inside was incredibly precious, Wang Jun was extremely cautious as he polished it. After nearly 20 minutes of slow, deliberate work, an oval-shaped glass-type jadeite slightly smaller than a fist was finally fully revealed. Wang Jun held the jade up to the light for a careful inspection. Suppressing his excitement, he declared, "Imperial green. Glass-like imperial green jadeite. Ha! Who would have thought that I, Wang Jun, could uncover such top-tier jadeite? What? Glass-like imperial green?" The moment Wang Jun's words fell, murmurs erupted around him. Yang Hao stared in disbelief at the jade in Wang Jun's hand. Glass-like imperial green? He sold it to me for a song? No, wait, he hadn't even intended to sell it, but to give it away outright. The bald boss took the jade from Wang Jun, examined it, and exclaimed, "What a pity, what a pity." Young Master Tang froze in shock. Damn it, why are you lamenting over glass like imperial green jadeite? Others nearby clearly overheard and asked, "What's so regrettable? Isn't it imperial green? Or is it full green?" Among glass like jade, the grade above high green but below imperial green is called full green. If it were only full green, it would indeed be a pity. But is it truly glass like imperial green? Chapter 65, The Final Outcome. This question clearly struck a nerve with everyone present. While the difference between glass-like full green and glass-like imperial green jadeite was minimal and the price difference when made into jewelry wouldn't be significant either, their status in people's minds was entirely different. Glass-like imperial green jadeite was the absolute pinnacle, the legendary variety, while full green was not. Certainly not full green. The bald boss shook his head. Not full green? Could it be high green? But that doesn't make sense. Even from a distance, everyone could sense its captivating brilliance. If it were merely high green, it wouldn't possess such an effect. It's glass-type imperial green jadeite. What I regret is its shape is too oval. If it were just a bit rounder, it could be made into a bracelet, doubling its value. But now, the dimensions are slightly off, limiting it to a pendant. That's why I find it such a pity. A glass-type imperial green jadeite bracelet, like a blood jade bracelet, starts at tens of millions. Making it into a pendant obviously lowers the price significantly, which is why the bald boss felt it was a pity. Hearing this, the crowd couldn't help but curse inwardly. Damn it, couldn't he just say it all at once? Unkissing glass-quality imperial green jadeite was already a stroke of luck from heaven, and now he's complaining it's not round enough? It's time to settle the wager, Tang Dashi said with a smile. Yang Hao and Han the Fat exchanged glances, each picking up a slip of paper. They unfolded them and smiled at each other. I'll read mine first. Boss Chiu wrote glass-like high green jadeite, egg-sized. Remarkable. Well, not entirely accurate, it's remarkably close. Master, he truly lives up to his reputation as Haishi's top jadeite gambler. Today I've witnessed it firsthand, 3 gambles, 3 wins. His stone predictions are equally precise. Haishi's premier jadeite gambler, a title well earned. As fellow jewelry industry bosses, though mine is smaller than Mr. Chiu's, I genuinely envy him for having a jade gambling advisor like old he. Han sighed. Boss Han, you're too kind. But Master, he is indeed a jade gambling master that's been proven countless times. Still, let's not call him High City's top jade gambling master just yet. Zhou Qi smiled. In his view, victory was assured this time, but he still needed to maintain a humble facade. Now that Mr. Han has revealed Mr. Zhou's mystery, I shall unveil Mr. Tang's. Mr. Tang wrote, glass like jade. Yang Hao looked up and scanned the room. Damn it, glass jade again. He felt an urge to bang his head against the wall. How could they all be so self-assured? Just because they say glass jade, it must be glass jade? Zhou Qi's heart raced at the words. His eyes locked onto the paper in Yang Hao's hand, pupils dilating like a predator ready to strike. Imperial greed. Slightly smaller than a fist. Yang Hao raised the paper, holding it directly in front of everyone to show he wasn't cheating. Yeshua stared blankly at young Master Tang. How could this be? Was he the Jade King? Zhou Qi frowned deeply for a moment before slowly stating, a good gambler accepts defeat. Go pick a stone from that pile. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chiu. Young Master Tang unhesitatingly selected the rough stone containing the Meihuang Jadeite. Upon seeing the jade Tang Gashi had chosen, Zhou Qi's expression actually brightened. There were 4 jadeite boulders in the pile, and the one Tang Gashi selected was the least impressive. Its water clarity was significantly poorer than the others, placing it in the mid to low range. Tang Gashi's careless action actually made Zhou Qi genuinely believe he was acting out of spite. After winning, he hadn't chosen the most valuable stone, clearly sparing Tian Fengxiang's face. Zhou Qi, for his part, accepted this courtesy. As for Yeshua, how did Mr. Tang know there would be glass like imperial green jadeite inside? Yeshua, unwilling to give up, approached young Master Tang and asked. At this moment, Yeshua radiated an air of age, all traces of the spirited vigor from their first meeting gone. Ha ha! How could I possibly know what jade was inside? It was just idle talk at first, but unexpectedly, it came true. Seems my luck holds up pretty well. Young Master Tang laughed heartily. Suddenly, Yeshua recalled a remark Tang had made at Young House stall. If I uncover glass like imperial green jadeite and you try to take it back, I'll be the one losing big. At the time, Yeshua had mocked him for not understanding jade gambling and for overestimating his abilities. A boast? Just a boast? Yeshua walked out of the jade gambling hall with a bitter smile. Everyone watched his somewhat lonely figure, feeling a touch of pity. The afternoon's spectacular gambling session concluded thus, ending with young Master Tang's resounding success. In this jade gambling session, young Master Tang acquired 1 piece of golden thread jade worth 6 million, 5 pieces of ice quality jade totaling 66.5 million, 1 piece of glass quality high ice conjoined jade worth 40 million, a supreme red jadeite worth 400 million yuan, plus 1 glass like imperial green jadeite containing an imperial jadeite rough stone and 1 rough stone containing a mysterious bead. He secured 30 million yuan in cash, plus 100 million yuan in winnings. Tang's total earnings this time amounted to 130 million in cash, 512.5 million worth of jadeite rough, plus 1 piece of glass like imperial green jadeite yet to be appraised, 1 piece of jadeite rough containing Ming Dynasty jade yet to be cut, and 1 piece of jadeite rough containing a mysterious bead. Yet Tang Gashi's total expenditure amounted to merely 11 million yuan for purchasing the jadeite rough stones. In the blink of an eye, Haishur gained a new billionaire, perhaps its youngest. Among all his gains, what Tang Deshao valued most was not the over 100 million in cash, nor the glass like imperial green jadeite, nor even the top-grade red jade worth 400 million. It was the mysterious bead. Tang Deshao sensed that this bead was no ordinary object. It seemed poised to bring changes to his supernatural abilities. After the gambling session concluded, Tang and Wang Jun deposited all the raw jade pieces into a nearby bank vault. Zheng Yating watched them, hesitating as if pondering how to broach a subject.
Yo, what's going on, Nate? How you doing today, man? Thank you for stopping by. Ah, damn it. It didn't pop yet. When is this thing gonna spawn? Waiting for this damn highway to spawn. Also waiting for a party. Hopefully the highway spawns before the party. Wait, where is this? Oh, it's on that side.
With Tang. That evening, Tang Deshao hosted a banquet at the Junyu Grand Hotel. The table seated 5, Tang Deshao, Zheng Yating, Wang Jun, the bald-headed owner, and Yang Hao. After a lavish feast, Tang expressed gratitude to the bald boss and Yang Hao for their assistance, presenting each with a large red envelope. The two departed the Junyue Hotel with a hint of melancholy. Two of the jade pieces Tang Dishao had won in gambling were purchased from them. Both had skyrocketed in value. One yielded a glass like imperial green jadeite, along with two large ice-like jadeite pieces. The other was even more extraordinary, producing top-grade red jadeite and some blood jade. The thought of such top-tier jade slipping through their fingers made him want to bang his head against the wall. Bro, why? Did those guys pay up on the bets? Tang Dishao asked, his mouth stuffed with a lobster. Of course. Who dare stiff me, Wang Jun? The full 95 million was transferred ages ago. Unlike Tang Dashi's boorishness, Wang Jun was all smooth and composed as he picked up a piece of pangolin meat. 95 million? Yeah, we made a killing this time. Add in that jade and the 30 million in cash, yeah. Let's split it 3 ways. Tang burped contentedly. Wang Jun, who had been focused on savoring the delicious pangolin meat, froze upon hearing this. His gaze shifted to Zhang Yating, who also gaped in astonishment. This wasn't like last time playing poker, where the total was only 20 million. This time, it was counted in hundreds of millions, over 600 million in total. Split evenly among 3? That's over 200 million each. No, we can't split it this time. You won all of this. Wang Jun waved his hands immediately. Zhang Yating chimed in, this money is all yours. We don't want it. Young Master Tang tapped his dazed head. How could anyone give away money for free, and these two actually refuse it? You guys took risks for me, how could I not accept? Ting, you gambled not only the company's reputation, but also your personal savings for me. That was supposed to be your future dowry. Brother Wang, you even delayed a meeting to support your brother. That nearly 100 million bet, if I'd lost, I wouldn't have had the money to pay up. Wouldn't you have had to cover it? Now we've won. Dividing the spoils, scratch that sharing the profits is only fair. Young Master Tang declared passionately. Listen, brother, what's this about splitting? Honestly, 200 million is a lot, but it doesn't faze me, Wang Jun. I don't need it. On the contrary, I think you should put this money to good use for whatever you want to do. Whether it's starting your own company or supporting your dad's clothing factory, this capital will get you on the right track fast. A man needs his own business. Wang Jun gripped Tang Dashi's shoulders, his expression serious. Yeah, neither Wang Jun nor I need the money. You should take it and build your business. Zhang Yating nodded in agreement. No way. We're splitting it no matter what. Young Master Tang bellowed like a stubborn mule. Seeing Tang Dashi's insistence on splitting the money, Wang Jun could only suggest, how about this, the jadeite and the 30 million yuan you won from Yishua are entirely yours. After all, you bought all the jade stones. Miss Zhang and I won't take any of that. As for the 95 million yuan in cash, we'll divide it into 3 equal shares among the 3 of us. If you're willing to accept this division, fine. If not, then I won't divide it at all. Alright, let's do it this way, Tang Fei said. My family wants me to find a man with a career, Zhang Yating added. A fiery and direct declaration. Wang Jun was momentarily stunned. This development? They're already discussing marriage after just a few days? Damn it, am I just too old? Have I fallen out of step with this world? Young Master Tang was also stunned by her words. Seeing Wang Jun had made up his mind, he could only agree to the distribution method. But Zhang Yating's final remark. Alright, bro, I won't keep you. And I'll transfer 35 million to you later. Miss Zhang gets 30 million, and I'll keep 30 million for myself. Hey, don't mention that extra 5 million. You don't want both Miss Zhang and me to look like fools, do you? Wang Jun chuckled, patted Tang Fei's shoulder, and walked out of the private room. The private room was left with only Tang Dashi and Zhang Yating, the atmosphere growing increasingly suggestive. Chapter 66, Young Master Tang's Inner Monologue. Now alone in the private room, Tang and Zhang Yating found the atmosphere growing increasingly suggestive. Both remained silent, sizing each other up with sidelong glances. Zhang Yating's flushed cheeks glowed alluringly under the lights, her long lashes fluttering as she looked at him, stirring a deep stir within Tang Dashao. You, both of them said simultaneously. You go first, Zhang Yating quickly replied. What did you mean by what you said just now? Tang Dashi asked, a bit dazed. Zhang Yating flushed at his words, her cheeks turning crimson before darkening. She shot Tang Dashi a sultry glance, her bright red lips pouting high as if on the verge of tears. How could he ask that? Wasn't I clear enough? Or did he not like me? Tang Dashi felt a headache coming on as he looked at Zhang Yating, who seemed to be brimming with hurt. He hadn't said anything, had he? Why was she? Are you okay? Tang Dishao reached out a hand. Zhang Yating's heart was brimming with grievance. She thought back to how he'd forcefully kissed her, then groped her all over. This afternoon, she kissed him back. Now she'd made everything crystal clear, yet he was playing dumb. If Tang Dashi knew what Zhang Yating was thinking, he'd feel more wrong than Doi herself. Well, he did force the kiss and grope her, but he really wasn't playing dumb. You're bullying me. Zhang Yiting's tear-streaked face flushed crimson. I'm bullying you now? Tang Dishao retorted. Fine. If you insist on bullying you, then I'll show you what bullying looks like. Tang stood up and slowly walked toward Zhang Yiting. Then he fiercely pulled her close, cupped her head, and pressed his lips against hers. You're my boyfriend now. From now on, you're not allowed to flirt with other women. What's your relationship with that young teacher? From now on, you listen to me. Tang Dashi drove his small car leisurely on the way home, the scene at the hotel constantly flashing through his mind. Just as they reached the crucial moment, Tang was about to reach the final gate. Both their phones rang simultaneously. Zhang Yiting, startled, pushed Tang away. She hastily adjusted the clothes he nearly stripped off her. Her flushed cheeks and sparkling eyes sent flames through his body. Tang picked up his phone and felt an urge to smash it against Wang Jun. The alert was a text notification. Your bank account ending in last digits received a transfer of 35 million yuan on date at time. Current balance amount. Young Master Tang glanced at Zhang Yiting. She smugly waved her phone. He saw clearly that it was also a text notification. Obviously, like his, it was a bank account change notice. Never before had Tang Dashi felt such intense resentment. He'd been holding it in for nearly a month, and just when he was about to seal the deal, damn it! On the way back to the Tang residence with Zhang Yiting, Tang Dashi relentlessly asserted his dominance. Back at Wenjing Gardens, Tang Dashi leaned against the car door, now feeling a headache coming on. Before, he only knew how to spend money, not earn it. Beyond that, he knew nothing else, yet he could do everything else. Yet in just over half a month, everything had transformed. After gaining his supernatural abilities, his first outing yielded a small windfall. Then at the lottery center, he thoroughly schooled Li Zhong, raking in substantial wagers and prize money. The next day, he first spent 20,000 yuan on a jade 9-hole plug, then bought a painting. The jade plug sold for 100,000 yuan, while the painting fetched an astonishing 13 million yuan, instantly resolving his family's financial crisis. Next, he accompanied Wang Jun and Old Tang to Longhu Resort, where he spent 30,000 yuan on a jadeite rough stone. After cutting it open, he discovered 3 pieces of ice-type jadeite, which sold for 3,500,000 yuan. For the next half-month, he either accompanied his father handling factory affairs or stayed home poring over antique manuals. Yesterday, he and Wang Jun visited the black market, spending 1 million on the legendary Yucheng sword, one of the 10 great swords. They then played 3-card poker, winning over 20 million in winnings. They split the pot evenly, each taking half. Even now, young Master Tang vividly recalls his parents' stunned expressions when he slashed open that snakeskin bag yesterday, and that was nearly 10 million in cash. This time, the stakes were even higher. Setting aside the jade rough worth hundreds of millions, young Master Tang now held 65 million in cash alone. How could he explain this money to his father? Another gambling win? His mother would surely start nagging again. But if he didn't tell her, he couldn't just leave all that money sitting in the bank earning interest. Money had to be put to work to grow. Shouldn't he consider some kind of investment? Antiques were a sound choice. As the saying went, gold in times of turmoil, antiques in times of peace. In these tranquil years, antiques only appreciated in value, never depreciated. Combined with his special abilities, it seemed like a solid investment. Plus, he'd been reading too many antique books lately and was slowly being captivated by their charm. In that case, wouldn't opening an antique shop like Jinmingchuan be the most suitable path? He'd talk to Wang Jun and Tingting tomorrow and get their advice. Young Master Tang returned home and greeted his mother, who had already begun cooking. After 2 trips back and forth, he finally managed to bring the 2 jade rough stones inside. The reason Tang Dashi hadn't cut open these 2 jade boulders on the spot was to avoid causing an even bigger stir. One contained a mysterious little bead, needless to say, that was Tang Dashi's secret. The other jade boulder also held Minghuang jadeite, a top-tier variety. Top-tier jadeite was exceedingly rare. In the vast rough jade market, one might go years without seeing a single piece. Yet today, young Master Tang had already cut open top-grade blood jadeite in glass like imperial green jadeite. If he now uncovered top-grade Minghuang jadeite, he would have collected all 4 of the supreme jade varieties except Purple Eye. At that point, Tang Dashi would inevitably capture the attention of the entire jadeite gambling world. This was hardly welcome news for him, as he was counting on jadeite gambling to raise capital. If everyone knew how skilled he was at gambling jadeite, who would sell him stones in the future? He feared that any stone he set his sights on would be cut open by others before he could act. This isn't unheard of. Rumor has it that when the Jade King first entered the scene, he faced exactly this situation. At the Myanmar public auction, every jadeite stone he bid on publicly became wildly sought after, while even the stones he merely glanced at privately drew frenzied bidding. In the end, at that very Myanmar public auction, the esteemed Jade King failed to secure a single jadeite rough stone that met his standards. Young Master Tang had holed himself up in his room, one of his habits, enjoying secluded solitude. Brother, what are you doing? Hurry out for dinner. Dad's back. After tinkering with the jade ruff in his room for a while, Tang Disha was pondering how to open it at home when he heard his sister Tang Xiaoxiao calling from outside the door. Coming, coming. Young Master Tang had a rule. No matter if he'd eaten elsewhere, he always joined his family at the dinner table when home, even if it meant just nibbling a little. When did you get back, you little rascal? Quiet as a mouse. Did you finish your homework today? Oh, I forgot to pick you up today, Tang Dashi began in a lecturing tone, then suddenly remembered he'd seemingly forgotten about his sister. Oof. If I waited for you, who knows when I'd get home? I took a taxi. My homework's done ages ago. What were you doing in your room? I knocked and got no response. If Mom hadn't said you were home, I'd have thought you hadn't come back yet. Tang Xiaoxiao shot her brother. That stinking big brother. He was dumb as a rock in school. His grades were a complete disaster, yet he loves bossing me around this and that. Doesn't he know anything about leading by example and being a good role model for his little sister? Oh, I was just so exhausted today. I dozed off. Dad's back too? Perfect. I need to talk to him about something. That contract is still with Big Brother Tang. It needs to be handed over to Tang Long. Yeah, Dad's in his study. He'll be over soon. Dinner's ready. We've got your favorite braised chicken chunks. Tang smiled. All right, you go set the table first. I'll head to Dad's study. Young Master Tang carried the contract toward Tang Long's study. Tang Xiaoxiao rolled her eyes at her brother's retreating back. He never lifted a finger around the house, always making his little sister do everything. Where in the world did she find such an older brother? Today she'd set the table, and she'd make sure to note it down. $50 per table setting. No way was she letting that stinky big brother off easy. This was how Tang Xiaoxiao operated, earning pocket money from Big Brother Tang while maintaining her image as the perfect child in their parents' eyes. Truly, this pair of siblings was something else. Dad, this is the contract with the Wang Group. Young Master Tang entered Tang Long's study, where Tang Long was frowning over a document. Let me see. Tang Long took the contract, skimmed it quickly, then nodded with a smile. This contract is sound. Looks like Wang Jun really put in the effort for our Tang Garments factory. He must have drafted it himself. Tang Long remarked with a smile. Yeah, I spoke with Brother Wang on the phone. He did draft it, but I told him we can just handle contracts normally from now on. Our Tang Garment factory isn't lacking in capability, we just didn't have the channels before. Young Master Tang nodded. You've done well. This brotherhood hasn't been wasted. Compared to my business associates, you're far superior. Tang Long couldn't help but smile bitterly as he recalled reaching out to his old friends during his tough times, only to find none of them willing to lend a hand. Dad, something else happened today. I met with a friend. Young Master Tang briefly recounted the afternoon's events. Ultimately, he chose to tell his father there was nothing to hide among family. Had the supernatural abilities not been so shocking, he wouldn't have concealed it from his loved ones. The 10 million in cash he brought home last night had already stunned Dad beyond belief. And now this? Chapter 67, The Infuriating Text with a Fear. Marked with a smile. Yeah, I spoke with Brother Wang on the phone. He did draft it, but I told him we can just handle contracts normally from now on. Our Tang Garment factory isn't lacking in capability, we just didn't have the channels before. Young Master Tang nodded. You've done well. This brotherhood hasn't been wasted. Compared to my business associates, you're far superior. Tang Long couldn't help but smile bitterly as he recalled reaching out to his old friends during his tough times, only to find none of them willing to lend a hand. Dad, something else happened today. I met with a friend. Young Master Tang briefly recounted the afternoon's events. Ultimately, he chose to tell his father there was nothing to hide among family. Had the supernatural abilities not been so shocking, he wouldn't have concealed it from his loved ones. The 10 million in cash he brought home last night had already stunned Dad beyond belief. And now this? Chapter 67, The Infuriating Tang Xiaoxiao. Tang Long maintained his composure at first, but when he heard young Master Tang wanted to wager against his Shua from Tian Fengxiang, his expression finally shifted. Upon hearing the stakes 30 million in cash, Tang Long's heart skipped a beat. Even if the Tang family sold their garment factory, they'd only net a few million. Where on earth did Tang Fei get 30 million for a bet? Especially since Tang Long noticed that every time young Master Tang mentioned this friend, his tone sounded slightly unnatural. He couldn't help but ask, who is this friend of yours? It can't be Wang Jun, right? If it were Wang Jun, I doubt even someone with Tian Fengxiang's deep connections would dare to mess with Wang Jun over a mere jade consultant. Young Master Tang paused before replying. Her name is Zheng Yuteng. She's the eldest daughter of the Zheng family jewelry business in Hong Kong. I met her last time I was at Longhu Resort. We happened to run into each other at dinner today, so I accompanied her to the jewelry exhibition. The eldest daughter of Hong Kong's Zheng Group? Though Tang Long wasn't in the jewelry business and had little connection to Hong Kong, he knew of the Zheng Group. It was an internationally renowned jewelry company, likely worth over 10 million. That brat. I was worried about his marriage prospects, but now it it seems I won't have to fret about that. Right, continue. Tang Long nodded. We each selected 3 pieces of rough jade, then split the 95 million among the 3 of us. I got 35 million. Young Master Tang continued. This time, Tang Long didn't interrupt the young Master Tang, waiting patiently until he finished. Though Tang Dashi spoke concisely, Tang Long still sensed the sheer audacity in his words. First a 30 million cash bet, then 100 million. This kid's got nerves of steel to gamble so big. Especially when he heard Tang Dashi had bought that worthless top bid stone, Tang Long felt like kicking him right then and there. That's spendthrift. He spent 10 million on a piece of worthless stone? Does he think our Tang family is like the One family? Yet the final outcome left Tang Long stunned. 400 million? The owner of Tian Fingshan was actually willing to pay 400 million for the jade card from that bid winner? So how much money did Tang Fei bring back from this trip? 65 million in cash? Plus that raw jade worth over 500 million? Meaning the profit Tang Fei made this afternoon alone equaled dozens of Tang garment factories? Had the Tang family just unknowingly crossed the threshold from millionaires into the billionaire class? Don't underestimate this tier. In Haichang, the exact number of millionaires might be unclear, but billionaires definitely don't exceed 100. Each wields immense influence across the region. Take Fat Han, for instance. Though his jewelry business hasn't expanded nationwide, he rivals Tian Fengxiang in Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai, commanding significant market share. Take Boss Yang and Boss Yi. Encountered on the black market together, they supply over half the pharmaceuticals to hospitals across Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai. Being a billionaire isn't just a title, it signifies their commanding industry influence. Each is a top-tier leader in their respective fields. A mere stomp of their foot could send shockwaves through their entire regional industry. Of course, the Tang family might now rival those billionaires in financial might, but in terms of industry clout, they lag far behind. Abroad, perhaps wealth alone suffices. But within China, mere wealth is insufficient, utterly inadequate. Without influence, a wealthy individual risks being slaughtered like a fat pig whenever the ruling powers run short of funds. But if you wield immense industry clout, it's an entirely different story. Take Boss Yi and Boss Yang, they command thousands, even tens of thousands of employees, supporting livelihoods across Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai while ensuring the region's pharmaceutical supply. Even if they themselves face trouble, those in power would never dare touch them without first securing the livelihoods of those tens of thousands in the region's drug supply. To do so would spark major chaos. What are your plans for all this money? Tang Long asked after a long silence. Dad, I don't know. You know me, I used to be useless, just spending money. Now I suddenly have all this cash, and I'm clueless what to do with it. I've discovered I like collecting antiques, but that's not something you build overnight. Just leaving all this money in the bank feels like such a waste. Young Master Tang smiled bitterly. Yeah, it is a waste. Here's what we'll do. Give me 20 million first. 2 garment factories are struggling lately, they probably won't last much longer. I've long wanted to take them over, but back then we were barely keeping our heads above water ourselves, so it wasn't an option. Now that you have spare cash, let's invest part of it in the garment factories. After all, when your mom and I are gone, it'll all be yours anyway. Tang Long paused before speaking. Tang Long had always been ambitious. He'd never been content with just the small Tang Garments factory. He'd always wanted to expand, to prove something to certain people that even without them, even without their help, he could succeed on his own. Unfortunately, the bottleneck in Tang Garments' growth had always been insufficient capital. His son had brought back substantial funds. Tang Long's dormant ambition stirred once more. He wanted to grow bigger and stronger, to become the industry leader. He wanted to prove to the Yi family that even without their help, he could still provide her with a life of abundance, allowing her to live out her days carefree and worry-free. Kat, I feel the same way. Our family business is Tang Garments. Always lacked capital, which held us back from expanding. Now that we have sufficient funds, Dad, go ahead and do it boldly. Young Master Tang said with a smile. Tang Long felt a twinge of discomfort at those words. What did go ahead boldly even mean? It sounded like something an elder would say to a junior. Just then, Tang Xiaoxiao's voice drifted in again. Dad, big brother, hurry up and come eat. If you don't come out soon, Mom's going to get mad. Tang Daxiao and Tang Long exchanged a knowing smile before stepping out of the study together. The dining table was neatly set with 4 dishes and a soup, braised chicken chunks, steamed perch, shiitake mushrooms with bok choy, spicy and sour shredded potatoes, plus a loofah and egg soup. 4 bowls of rice, piled high, stood around the edges, each with a pair of chopsticks beside them. Tang Xiaoxiao was bouncing excitedly beside the table, her eyes glued to the feast before her. Though eager to dive in, her mother's strict rules kept her in check. Despite her lively nature, she dared not touch a single grain of rice. All right, you're a grown girl now, not some little kid. Sit down and eat, Tang Long called out to Tang Xiaoxiao. Once all 4 were seated, Tang Long served himself the first helping of vegetables. Only then did Tang Xiaoxiao launch her assault on the perch before her. She She had never liked fish because of the many bones, but one day, young Master Tang had told her that eating fish made one smarter. So, in her quest for greater intelligence, she now always ate fish first at every meal. Xiao Xiao, did you serve this rice? It's so full. Why didn't you stomp it down with your foot a couple more times? Young Master Tang stared speechlessly at the enormous bowl of rice before him, piled high like a mountain as if she feared serving too little. This particular style of serving rice seemed uniquely Tang Xiaoxiao's doing. You always eat 2 bowls at every meal. I just fill it up so you don't have to go back for seconds. Tang Xiaoxiao wrinkled her cute little nose and said adorably, that good-for-nothing big brother never lifts a finger at home. Even eating requires him to boss his little sister around. To spare herself the trouble of fetching his rice every time, the genius little sister devised this plan. Dad, Mom, I've already eaten out. I can't finish all this. Tang was in the wrong and turned to his parents for help. Not leaving leftovers was one of Tang's mother's rules. Tang mother smiled and said, give it to your father. I won't be able to eat much tonight. Honestly, you bully your little sister every day. She's so young and already knows how to do all the housework. How can you bear to treat her like that? Exactly. What kind of big brother are you? Seeing her mother take her side, Tang Xiaoxiao immediately started taking shots at her older brother. After pushing half the rice from his bowl to his father Tang Long, Tang Dashi declared, Mom, you can't spoil my sister like this. It's not good to let her get too spoiled. You're the spoiled one. Oh, right. Mom, Dad, guess what happened today when I went to school with my big brother? Don't say it. Tang Daxiao exclaimed in alarm, but Tang Xiaoxiao's mouth was already moving. We ran into Sister Yun, Tang Xiaoxiao announced. Women seem to have an innate love for gossip, and even the usually gentle and virtuous Tang mother was no exception. She glared at Tang Daxiao and asked, what Yun's sister? Sister Yun Shangshang, of course. Before my brother went to college, he was hospitalized once, right? She was the sister who visited him every day. Now she's my teacher. Tang Xiaoxiao said with a look of utter amazement. Yun Shangshang? Tang Long and his mother exchanged glances. Anyone who had ever met Yun Shangshang would find her image hard to erase from their memory. Back when young Master Tang was injured, Tang's mother had tended to him day and night in the hospital ward. No matter how busy Tang Long was with his business, he visited his son daily, so naturally, he had seen Yun Shangshang more than once. Mrs. Tang felt a special fondness for Yun Shangshang. Though she knew her son's injury was likely connected to this elfin girl, she still held an inexplicable affection for her. Yun Shangshang's extraordinary beauty and grace reminded Tang's mother of her younger self, seeing her own past reflected in the girl. She knew Yun Shangshang must also come from a distinguished family. After his son was discharged, he seemed like a changed person, constantly mentioning Yun Shangshang at home. As someone who had been through it all, Tang's mother could tell a budding romance had begun between her son and Yun Shangshang. Chapter 68, the most difficult grace to bear. Rather than interfering, she encouraged the relationship. During this time, Yun Shangshang visited the Tang household several times. Tang Long grew fond of her, considering her the perfect choice for his future daughter-in-law. Alas, this bliss was short-lived. Within months, the college entrance exams arrived, and Yun Shangshang vanished. Her disappearance plunged her son into deep despondency, leaving Tang's mother deeply troubled. Time proved the greatest healer. After a period of seclusion, her son gradually emerged from his shell. Yet, heartbreak had wrought a transformation upon him, a newfound cynicism and world weariness that baffled his mother. Shanshan's back? Tang's mother asked her son with concern. Young Master Tang nodded. Yeah, I don't know when she came back. I only saw her today when I was...
Yep. Damn. I forgot the mic was on. It's taking forever to get a party right now. It sucks. I want to say maybe almost an hour and a half. I've been waiting for a party and nothing so far, which sucks. it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get a party anytime soon. So what I think is I'm gonna hop off for a little bit, and I am going to I might yeah, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit, take a short break. I will be back on in a couple of hours. um Thank you, Soul Brother and Keldash. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Nate, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Hope you guys will stop by stream later today. I'm might I am probably gonna play 11 again, a bit more 11. If not, I probably might play something else later today. I'm not sure. We'll see. It all depends on what it is I feel like playing later today. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope to see you guys in the next one in a couple hours. Peace.